Hi everybody and welcome to Crafting Carnivore. I'm going to film from my laptop today, so we'll see how that works out and if it does any better. I put my hair up because I'm cooking. I missed a big chunk. Oh well. So I'm going to make me a ribeye. This will be for my first meal. It's 11:47. But I'm attempting to make biscuit and gravy for my daughter. So my family is not carnivore or keto or anything. But it's been years since I made biscuit and gravy. Before carnivore, I used to make homemade biscuits all the time, but I'm making canned biscuits for her because she had some at her Mimi's house and she had canned biscuits, so I'm going to try to make it the same way. So I'm cooking the sausage right now. It should be done. Oh yeah, so perfect. And I love my little tool I got from Carnivore Quest. It just grinds it up so well. And this is the hot sausage, but it's not very greasy. Yucky, bad for you, regular flour. That sausage is really good. Oh, it's got a little kick. I just tried a little bitty piece. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to wait till I get this all in the oven, like all prepared. Oh, and the biscuits are done, so I need to do that. When I try to cook too many things at once, I get really flustered, and then I end up burning something or, doing something like that. So I'm just going to do the biscuits and gravy, and even though I'm starving, I'm going to wait because it won't take very long for the ribeye to cook. These were on sale at Kroger. And I hate the way they do their labels. It looks like I spent $34 on these. They were $18.99 or something like. They were 18 something. It was close to $19. They were on sale for 6 something a pound. I don't know why they do their labels like this, because you don't know how much you're spending on it. I mean, I don't see anywhere on there where it says 18 something. This is $13.99 a pound, and then $12.99 a pound down here. So I don't know how you're supposed to figure it out. But anyway, it was 18 something. And they're nice and thick. See, I organized my spices recently. Proud of that. So I'm just going to put these in this glass dish for now. I may freeze one of these. I have to have them eaten by the 7th. So I could eat one every day for the next 3 days. We'll see. It is a ribeye. I have some little singles of the Redmond salt. So I just didn't feel like buying a big one. I have so much salt. And I thought, well, I'll just get the little ones to try it. It's really inexpensive, and I was ordering some Relight anyway. I know you can put hot stuff on granite, but it still freaks me out, so I don't. It freaks my husband out too. And those do not look finished. 8 minutes was a lie. But I'm cooking them on convection, and it said bake on 375 for 8 minutes, and I'm doing convection, so I turned it down to 350, which is usually the rule, but sometimes it doesn't always work out. So yesterday was our anniversary, and it was the first time for me going out to eat to an actual restaurant. I have had some situations where I had to eat out, where I had to eat out, and that I've made some mistakes. So last night, my husband asked me, well, where do you want to go? What can you eat? I said, I can eat a steak. Let's go to a steakhouse. So we went to Saltgrass. It's been a long time since I've been to Saltgrass. Let's see. It's been a long time since I've been to Saltgrass. And I used to love their chicken breast, but now a steak. So I got a 12-ounce ribeye, and then I went ahead and ordered the baked potato, but I just said I'm going to get a to-go box and bring it home to my daughter because she loves baked potatoes. So I'm not going to pass up the opportunity to bring her home a baked potato, but I just immediately took it off my plate and put it in there. I wasn't even tempted to eat it or anything. What was that thought? So I ordered the 12-ounce ribeye, which was the medium ribeye, and I ordered it medium. I used to get everything well done, or medium well was like my go-to. I'm starting eating things more and more pink. I probably could have gone medium rare and it would have been fine because it was just slightly pink. I just don't want it bloody. I'm not ready for that yet. But I ate the whole thing. I ate all the fat and everything, which I used to pick all the fat off. So I can tell that my appetite is changing, my body is changing, like the way I interact with food and such. So I was going to tell them, please just salt and pepper it only. But they were really confused about a lot of things and just kept noticing like the way they were interacting with other people, like just ordering unsweet tea with lemon on the side, and him ordering a sweet tea was like way too much for our waiter. No offense, he was sweet as can be, but it was just like, I like all the employees, like I guess Sunday afternoons is not a great time to go. Anyway, we could see the kitchen, and you know, they have this long line of where they put the food, and I guess it's like heating, but the lamps were not on, and there was a big tray of somebody's food, and it sat up there for 20 minutes at least before they finally took it out. And I was like, oh my god, they better not do that to our food. Our food was fine, like it was warm. Oh, sorry, it was warm and everything. We didn't have any issues with that, but I just knew, like, well, I asked him for a to-go box. I said, I'm not going to eat the baked potato, but I want a to-go box to take it home. He said, okay. But I mean, like, he got really flustered and stuff just asking that. So, like, telling him I just wanted the steak salt and peppered, I knew it was going to throw him for a loop after my, you know, unsweet tea and a sweet tea. Like, it was just, it was obvious that I couldn't throw too much at him. So I just took a chance. And it was good. The steak was good, but it was, like, really peppery. And I was like, I would have just preferred it had salt on it, but I could tell there was something else in there. So I looked it up later, and I probably should have done that before, but I didn't even know where we were going. He surprised me on where we were going, so I couldn't do that. But they have like the 7 blend that they put on their steaks, and it's got the ground pepper, it's got paprika, which could have been it because I've had issues with paprika before upsetting my stomach. And oh, that's another thing, my stomach was really bloated later on that night, and that's the only thing I ate. So I think it may have been the paprika. It could have been the garlic. There was garlic powder, onion powder. I've always had issues with onions too. I cannot eat food like meat that's cooked in onions or bell peppers. It upsets my stomach. But I do use onion powder in the past, so I don't know what it was. So this kind of what bbbe is like an elimination, so you can see what's causing inflammation. So one of those things caused inflammation. I know that's not all the ingredients. Thyme, I don't know if I named them all, but that's all I can remember. And mistake. Okay, I think it's very hot. Let's just leave her down. I've never cooked a ribeye that's this thick in the cast iron. The last time I cooked it really fast and hot, and it was still pretty bloody, but I still enjoyed it. But I don't want it like really, really bloody, so I'm turning it down. I'm cooking it slower this time. Because I mean, I'm okay with pink and a little bloody, but I just don't want like mooing. I'm not ready for mooing. I think I can turn that up a little more. I am going to put a little black pepper on it too. Some of them I've just been salting, and some of them I've put some pepper. This is just regular table salt. I've been liking my steaks really salty. Should be enough bacon base. I'm making a mess. It's really good in the cast iron, but it is the splatter everywhere. But you know, ever since I started carnivore, I cook all my meals. I don't grab anything out of the pantry and eat these quick processed foods, whatever, pre-made, food processed, or processed foods. You know what I'm trying to say. Now I actually cook my meals. You know, you have to take the time to actually cook them and then eat them, and I think it's more satisfying like that. And yes, I do have more cleanup afterwards, but I don't even mind. Like, it just, it's satisfying in some weird way. I don't know what, but I do enjoy it. Like, I mean, I don't enjoy a dirty kitchen, but just the process of cooking it and cleaning up after myself and knowing that I did that, I don't know. It's not something I enjoyed before. Like, I didn't hate cooking, but I didn't, like, love it either. I enjoyed baking, and I never enjoyed cleaning it up afterwards. Okay, it's got a nice sear on one side, and I love the searing, so I'm going to flip it over. Some might even call that some burnt, but that's not to me. I love that crispy on the meat, especially when the fat gets really crispy. It's my favorite. Some people might think I'm weird, but I like to turn it on its side and try to get the sides kind of cooked good too, because that's where a lot of the fat is. Sometimes you can just lean it up against the side of the pan and let it cook. Okay, I turned it off. I'm not going to let it cook very much longer. So like I said, today's the 5th. It's the 5th day of the bbbe challenge. Made a couple of mistakes in the first 2 days. I ate chicken because I thought they said chicken was okay, but it's not. We're supposed to just eat ruminant animals. I didn't know that. So this is day 72 on the carnivore diet. 90. Okay, so September 21st will be the 90 days, because my original, I guess, challenge to myself was 90 days to see how I felt. And not, it wasn't a 90 days and then go back to my old way of eating. It wasn't that at all. I just wanted to try it for 90 days and see, you know, how I felt, if I lost weight, you know, like, how was my body feeling, how was I eating, just all that kind of stuff. I didn't want to just say, okay, I'm going to do this and this is going to be it. So 21st will be my 90-day challenge. So I'm also doing, like I said, I'm doing the bbbe challenge this month, or trying to. I wasn't sure if that was going to add any stress, but so far it hasn't. I had a little bit of coffee with butter in it this morning. Some mornings I just need that coffee, especially during homecoming season. I need to get going, but the butter does help. I'm not a big coffee drinker. Don't like the taste of it, but just a few sips and I'm fine. I just make like a 4-ounce cup and I drink just a little bit of it. I don't drink very much. Sometimes I have hot tea, and again, I just make a little bit, and I even tried butter in that. It was fine in that too, because I do prefer cream in my tea more than coffee. So that's not only, you know, most mornings I have something like that just to get a little caffeine in, and then I eat twice, and I don't snack. I did snack one time this month. At the beginning of the month, well, at the end of August, like, I was noticing like snack cravings. Not like a craving for anything in particular, just wanting to snack. And I know it's the stress, because this is homecoming season, which is a really busy time for me, for those of you that don't know anything about homecoming. And I didn't realize how much I was stress eating during that time in the past. I know I always gained weight, and I always felt miserable, and I was always exhausted and trying to, I'm exhausted, my brain's like a little bit fried, but not near as much as it usually is. But I started having those cravings, so that's why I was like, okay, I need to do bbbe, which is really strict. Maybe that will help out. If it doesn't, then I'll quit, because I don't want to add any more stress to my life. So I don't remember if it was the second or third day. I think it was the second day. I just kept having the snack cravings. So I thought, I'll eat some pork rinds. I don't know if it's probably not bbbe, I don't know. So I got some pork rinds because I was like, okay, they're carnivore, or at least that. And there was some leftover bacon. I ate a piece of cold bacon. But I got really sick. Like, I couldn't eat very much of it. And I just felt really nauseous and sick because I wasn't hungry, and I was forcing myself to eat even though I wasn't hungry. And so I didn't want another snack that day, I can tell you that. And then I can't remember if it was yesterday or the next day, I was kind of having that snacking thing again. So I just grabbed a toothpick, which is what broke me from the snacking before. And I need to take my steak off because I completely forgot about it. Yeah, I love how crispy that is. This side's not as bad, but some people probably don't like that. It's probably overcooked more than I wanted it to be, but It's okay. That's what happens when I video or something. I just get distracted and can't focus on a bunch of things at once. It always happens. But anyway, I got a toothpick and just put that in my mouth, which tastes gross. Who wants to taste a toothpick? But before I got on carnivore, when I was trying to break my sugar and snack addiction, Dr. Barry's, one of his videos about snacking, that was one of the things to try, and I tried it. Like, I would just like chew on it and stuff, which was gross, but it worked. It only took a couple of times, and I didn't want to snack again. So this snacking compulsion coming again was really disturbing, and I realized it's because of the stress. So, but anyway, I have been a lot better since then, and I haven't been craving stuff. I had the opportunity to have bad things yesterday. There was bread on the table. I normally would have been bread and buttering, before we got our meal. Didn't eat that. My husband had a salad. I mean, it looked good, but I didn't get me a salad either because I think that would have upset my stomach. And then he went for ice cream and, well, concrete, Andy's concrete, which is not just ice cream. And he's like, you can start carnivore tomorrow. I'm like, it's not like that, though. It's a lifestyle change. I'm not trying to just diet. So anyway, I resisted, even though they looked really good. All I kept thinking about, yeah, it would taste really good, but in a couple of hours, I would be in miserable pain. I knew that, and that's all I thought about. So that's what got me through not wanting that stuff, or just saying no, because some of that stuff looks really good, and you're like, I know it'll taste good, but I don't want to be in pain, and then I don't want to start craving that stuff again. So I feel really good this morning, and feel good about my decisions. I feel good physically. So yeah, it's been a great time. Let me cut into that steak. It probably hasn't rested long enough, but let me just cut it and see how it looks. I'm sure it's not as pink as I intended it to be, but I'll eat it. I'll eat them if they're really tough too. I don't care. I'll eat them. I can tell that it's going to be a lot pinker in the middle, but that's fine. It's still pink. That's probably not enough for some people, but that's still like extreme for me, for the way I used to. All nice and clean now. It wasn't as thick as I thought it was. I usually only like triple it up and then give it a quick wipe, but I didn't have it as doubled up as I thought I did. So I did almost burn myself. I just leave it on that hot stove and let it dry out, and then I'll put it up, and then I'll clean. Once it cools down, then I'll clean the stove top up. But if I'm not doing cast iron, I will clean up my mess usually before I eat. I'll let the food sit there. I just can't stand it, I guess. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it very much. You can comment, ask me questions, tell me what you're doing, what you're up to. Please be kind with those comments. Don't be ugly. I will just block you if you are. Again, I appreciate you, and I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. And I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have some wonderful meat to eat, and happy eating. My channel. I'm going to put some links to my channel and my other channel, and then a couple of videos so you can watch. Thanks again for watching, and have a wonderful day.